Hi, third grade. This is the video that's continued about the Gmail and email accounts. I wanted to talk to you about how to write an email or compose an email. And so I'm going to show you how to do that so that you yourself can compose an email and send it to Mrs. Hepner as part of your writing assignment today. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your cursor, come over here to the the plus sign, and you're going to click on this. And it says compose, which means to write. So I'm going to click on compose, and I'm going to send it to, so if I was a student and I wanted to send it to Mrs. Hepner, I would go to 2, click right next to 2, and I would enter Mrs. Hepner's email. Now, I don't expect you to know my email, so the best way to find my email is to go to our virtual classroom, and on one of the pages, I think it's the 7th slide down, it says it right here, Mrs. Hepner's email, lhepner@geneseoschools.org. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my Gmail and where it says to, and I'm going to type in L. Hepner. Oh, and then it pops up, L. Hepner. It will pop up the second time that you tried to email me. But for the first time, you'll need to type in L. Hepner, Hepner, at geneseoschools.org. And then here's the subject. This is like a title. What is your title of the email going to be? Well, let's say that you had a question for me about maybe a math lesson that I recorded and you weren't quite sure about what to do, or you had a question about one of the questions that I had gone over in my lesson. So for subject, you can say, or you can just type question about math. Or let's be more specific. Question about, we're going to start rounding next week. So I might write question about rounding. And then I'm going to click down here, and this is where I'm going to compose. And I'm going to start with my greeting. Hi, Mrs. Hepner. And then I'm going to explain what I have a question about rounding. Now, since we haven't gotten to rounding yet, I'm going to make this very general. And I'm just going to say, can you please help me with how to round to the nearest 10 on page 8, let's say. This is just an example. And then we'll put a question mark there, and then we're going to put a closing, like thank you, and then your name. So like if my student was Alice, I would write, thank you, Alice. So once again, this is going to Mrs. Hepner. The subject or the title is question about rounding, so that when I read it and I see this pop up in my email, I'll know what you are wanting to know about. And then I'm going to read your message. And then we're going to send. So remember that blue button, we're going to hit send, and that will go to Mrs. Hepner. So easy peasy lemon squeezy once you get the hang out of it. If you're not quite sure on how to do this, just go ahead and rewind this video or watch it again so that you can see how to send an email to your teacher or anybody else for that matter. The last thing I want to talk to you about is about Google Meet, because we will be doing Google Meet classroom meetings 3 times a week. And in order to get there, you're going to go to the virtual classroom. And once again, on this main page, it says Meet here.